Hello, Raising Vibrations community, and hello to my Pisces friends. Welcome to your sun sign forecast for 2016, the December. Um, so, what I'm going to be doing today is just sharing with you some of my thoughts and perspectives and feelings towards what's currently evolving for you right now, and just generally sharing what December is going to look like from an evolutionary perspective. So I feel like for me personally, I think December is going to be a really interesting month. I feel that the energies themselves are going to play out in very bizarre and wacky ways, and nothing probably too uncommon for the current way that reality is, merging itself at this point in time. But, for a lot of us, 2016 has been a really up and down and very strange year. And I think December is really just going to amplify that in a very big way. So when I look at the chart, for you Pisces, the deepest evolution that's actually taking place for you right now is rooted in the Pluto placement over there, the 11th house here. Okay. And, with Pluto transiting through that area of your chart since 2011, 2008, that that energy has been radically transforming the way that you connect with the groups that you feel can part of your life. You are radically getting a lot of the way that your aspirations and visions are being integrated into the world. A lot of the way that you see yourself as somebody that's part of a group of people, your associations, etc., that is, radically changing for yourself. Now, with the Pluto 11th house transit as well, there's a lot of symbolic representation of what is my identity, okay? Who am I? And again, there's a lot of deconditioning that's taking place for you since 2008. So a lot of breaking down reality, a lot of letting go of a lot of things that don't support you anymore, feeling almost as if you're kind of detached from the world a little bit because of the way that you see reality. It's vastly different. So there's a lot of just being out there and kind of finding yourself in the world and really being able to see what type of group dynamics you belong to. Now, with both Neptune and Uranus in the eighth house, Neptune's being in your first house of your astrological chart and Uranus being in your second, you're going to also find that part of the symbolism here is what is my new direction? Like, I don't really know what it's like. When you have Neptune in the first house or transiting your first house, there's a very, very mystical experience of life that comes through you, a deep surrender around, I've just got to trust these new directions, and a lot of your inspiration comes from being very spontaneous and giving yourself an opportunity to be very fluid in the way that you make big life choices and decisions in life, okay? So ultimately, your self-identity is really going through a radical transformation through these outer planetary systems. With Uranus being in your second house and being there since 2012, you've also been dealing with a lot of financial and resources, and also been dealing a lot with how do you understand what your essential needs are. When Uranus transits the second house, it's like there's a deep trauma, there's a deep awakening around these aspects of your life. So your sense of self-worth, your sense of value, again, is coming under a deep review, but it's not necessarily a review, it's more of a acceleration of these values that can even cause a sense of detachment from your immediate environment, because some of the thoughts and ideas and perspectives are a lot more revolutionary than what people might feel around you. So and you've probably had some shocking experiences happen to you where you've lost a lot of money or you've come into a lot of money, and it fluctuates consistently like that. Now, when you look at the symbols of Saturn and Jupiter in your chart, Saturn's been transiting your 10th house for again since 2014, the end of 2014. And for a long period of time, you've been really, really dealing with life direction. Okay. So for the most part, with Pluto transiting your 11th house and Uranus transiting your second house, that Saturn cycle has been creating a lot of, emotional growth around growing up in life, taking responsibility, knowing what your center is, like where are you headed with your life. So a lot of personal meaning has also been arising out of this energy pattern for you. And of course, with the sun now being there as well, this month for you particularly is going to be a lot about an intense focus in this area, intense focus around what is my direction, how do I see myself in the future, which of course can be very much about the connection to your emotional reality. Okay, so when you're dealing with looking for life direction, you're looking at life through what means and gives me emotional validation. How do I connect emotionally to my reality that makes me feel nourished in my existence, that I'm able to feel like I'm inspired, etc. So this Saturn transit is going to bring through a deep emotional growth for you for the next, I would say probably a year, around feeling that you have life purpose and that you would like to set direction. You would like to take responsibility for your life. You would like to find meaning in your existence. Okay. Now with Jupiter transiting your 8th house, this is a nice thing because shared resources, the capacity to feel where your boundaries are too open. You're also going to know where your boundaries are too closed. So Jupiter is really going to be asking you to kind of take risks in your capacity to reach out and have resources be given to you in ways, or empowerment come to you. So I would say this in probably the most littlest of sentences. The transit of Jupiter in the 8th house for you has got to do with empowerment through looking at life and trusting in it more. Okay, being a little bit more trusting, a little bit more faithful, and really, really connecting deeply to what types of belief systems, what types of definitions, what types of structures in your life you've used in the past that are limiting your capacity to feel open, free, and also what is and what does represent freedom to you. Okay, this is a big deal for you guys, the freedom aspect, and you would have been highly sensitive to that over the last month. With Venus transiting in Capricorn, a lot of the experience of freedom has come up for you, especially in relationship dynamics, especially in your feelings towards what you value and stuff as well. So this is a month of radical transformation. And with Mars also transiting your 12th house, naturally speaking, you'll also feel like a lot of your desires have been very difficult to achieve. And yet at the same time, you've also noticed that it's been actually far more beneficial for you to be more relaxed, more chilled out, more, just taking life easy for the meantime, not needing to be overextending. So on the 19th of December, Mars enters Pisces. Okay, so that will enter your first house, which will immediately give you a big spring in your step regarding this new direction. Venus will transit into your 12th house, which will create the opposite effect of, I'm really kind of wanting to just chill out more and kind of just stay in my own bubble and, just not necessarily have to be spending a lot of energy out there. It's like almost as if it's a need to come back into your home and just kind of be in the hermit stage. So those energies could be a little bit conflicting at this stage. I would suggest to you that act upon inspiration, but also when your body and you want to just chill out for a bit, respond to that as well. Okay, so it's kind of finding a balance between, spending a lot of energy going a new direction and finding curiosity, and being just at home, chilling out, not needing to feel like you need to rush around and do stuff as well. Okay. Now, on the 19th of December as well, Mercury will go retrograde. And Mercury has been floating around your 10th house as well. So you've been definitely asking yourself the questions, what is my new direction? You know, what do I want to do with my life? And as Mercury goes retrograde, it will go back. You know, it's been in your 11th house. So, of course, there's a lot of flashes of insight that will come your way. But this is a time where you've got to focus a lot more on what types of questions you are asking yourself that leads to new awarenesses, and those new awarenesses being the answers towards what is your life direction. So there's a lot of attention around life direction, and this month is a great opportunity to really just get stuck in with the more even deeper questions that leads you to breaking down the framework that you have been using to run your life. Like, look at it from a new perspective, like detach, break free, and allow for a new timeline to emerge. Okay. Now, on the 26th and 28th of December this month, we've got Jupiter opposed Uranus and Saturn square Chiron. And these two symbols, from my point of view, or this connection here, is going to be a very, very intense ride. So sit back, relax, don't get sucked into dramas, don't allow yourself to be caught up in conversations and conflicts, because I feel like this will be a type of energy where a lot of power play is going to take place, and we're going to be hypersensitive to our emotional wounds as a collective. And so I feel that this is a great opportunity to just kind of chill back and say, look, I'm not really interested. I'm watching my energy come out. I'm grounded in myself, and whatever is naturally coming up for me at this point in time, I'm just going to kind of allow it to move through without needing it to be projected onto others. Okay. All right, my Pisces friends, thanks very much for allowing me to share this with you today. If you would like to support some of the work that I do, you can always go over to my website, simonforster.com. In the description below is a link, and you can check out some of the services that I've got. Study astrology with me, whatever interests you. So yeah. All right, guys, have a fantastic month, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.